Hello folks, welcome to Tai Chi 3. It's exciting, isn't it? So today I'm going to be looking at a section out of the form, Grasping the Sparrow's Tail. And I will be looking at it both in long form and short form. So as if by magic, the long form segment will be in another location, imagine that. And the short form location is here. So I'm going to go through the long form first. For those who are doing short form, have a look at it anyhow. It's nearly the same, there's a wee bit of a difference. And then at the end of the video, the next segment, because it's in two segments, I will look at the short form. Okay, so without further ado, here we go. Okay, before I start, the boss has to come around the front. It's becoming traditional now, so it is. So here he is again, the master, Oran. Okay, see, he was told by his Aikido teacher to stop growing, but he didn't take any heed. You know how it goes. So get back where you belong. Okay, grasping the sparrow's tail. Okay, four major energies in Tai Chi: ward off, roll back, press, and push. I'm just going to be talking through, breaking this down section by section here, okay? Now the first thing is we need to establish our bow stance, okay? So shoulder width position, the feet parallel. If you think about that, okay? So to establish shoulder width position, feet parallel, most straightforward way, it's a rough estimate, but it's a roundabout. The feet are together, one foot turns out at a right angle, 90 degrees from the other one, and you push that heel out. You do the same with the other foot, 90 degrees and out. And that's roughly your shoulder width position, the feet parallel. Now to establish just a beginner's natural bow stance. Okay, if you can imagine you're in the centre of a box all the time that corresponds to the width of your shoulders. So we're going to do grasping the sparrow's tail the way we would do it in long form, which is the second one in short form. So imagine you're in that imaginary box and there's an X in the box and you stand in one of those diagonal lines, okay, again in a shoulder width position, and then you turn your right foot to point forward and you bring your hips 2/3 into the right leg. So most of the weight forward, 2/3 of the weight, still a third back, so the heel here connected with the ground. So I'm going to run through grasping the sparrow's tail first, which starts from this ward off position, and then I'm going to talk about the positions, okay? So first thing that we're doing, as you can see when I'm holding the ball here, the distance, it's like a small football, roundabout, okay? And that's the distance you want to have the hands apart. Now the hands don't do anything apart from rotating. So the right palm down, left palm up, and as you can see, I've still got that distance there. So all that's going to happen with the hands during the turn here is this. Okay, when you're looking at people doing form, it sometimes looks like they're bringing the hands away. We're not, we're just lowering them down. And as we do that, just about solar plexus level, maybe slightly below it, as we do that, we turn the centre. Okay, so the hips now diagonal. For press, you stay back, make that press shape, and then move it forward. And from there, you separate left over right, and you sit back, relaxing the shoulders and the elbows, and then finally, you come forward with a push. Okay, so just looking at the ward off and roll back. So again, just doing it from another angle here now, okay? So there's the hands in the ward off position. So the first thing when you're breaking it down is the rotation, like this. The next is just slightly lowering the hands, and as you can see at this point, the centre is diagonal. So I'm facing into the corner of my imaginary box. From here, I'm making the press shape. As you can see, that entails sort of sitting back a wee bit, okay, into into the rear leg, and then the press comes as you push out of the left into the right, and the arms just extend. Again, natural position. There's your ward off. You're not doing this type of thing here. Just till you get to here, and then the separation is left over right. And as you sit back, you relax the shoulders and elbows, and then as you come forward, again, coming forward with the arms extending, pushing into the right leg. Again, that's push. So a few things we've got to look out for there. Major thing is what we call overextension. Okay? Overextension means you're coming away from your center. Tai Chi is all about remaining in your center. Okay? So, for example, if we'll look at this, we'll look at it from the beginning, but we'll look at overextension in a couple of places, okay? So there's your ward off, there's your roll back, sitting back, squaring the hips, press. Now here there can be a tendency sometimes for people to overreach. That's what we call overextension, and I'm in danger of toppling myself here, okay? And then another point is doing this type of thing here, where we're like, oh, like you're being pinned to a wall or something, you're scared of something. That again is overextension where you're going too far back. So for example, when we come forward from press, just get to that point where you feel you're back in that position where 2/3 of the weight is forward. Nice comfortable position, and then the hands separate. And when you sit back, relax the shoulders. The elbows will point down, so they're not sort of coming back like this. This brings tension into the shoulders. So the elbows pointing towards the ground, and then we're coming forward with a push. Okay, and then if we're looking at the coordination of everything, by the hands of, as the hands are turning, I'm already sitting back. By the time I'm back, I'm squaring the hips, I'm making the press shape. My hips are square at this point, I'm ready to move forward, and my hands are separating as I'm just about to sit back and then forward. So, sticking with the basics, if you're just learning this, remember the position of the hands, small ball, they stay where they are, they just rotate. Lowering as you turn the center, and then squaring the hips. As you can see, the hands aren't tight in against you or anything, they're out a wee bit, and then you extend that as you come forward, separate left over right, sit back, relax in the shoulders and the elbows, and push. Just if you're looking at continuity now, ward off, roll back, press, separate, sit back, and push. And I'll just do that from one more angle. Ward off, roll back, press, separate, sit back, and push. That's the entire grasp in the sparrow's tail. A very important section, and really just looking at the basics at first. Hand positions, making sure that you're rooting properly. You know, when you sit back, you're turning, you're staying back as you square the hips, you're coming forward. Next time's a lot more straightforward in terms of just sitting back and then coming forward again. And then when you're comfortable with that, just trying to put a flow into it. You know the trick question, how many moves are in Tai Chi? 1. Because once you start, you don't stop. Okay? And I'm going to stop right now. So, enjoy folks. Okay, so for short form, the difference, now we've looked at all the details in the other video of the grasp of the sparrow's tail. The difference in short form is this hands down, what we'll call single ward off in long form. So left palm facing the throat, the right one down. So this hand just comes up palm turning up as the left palm turns down. And again, just like long form, the hands are only lowering, they're not moving away from the center. So when you sit back, the hands lower, okay? And then this hand comes out to the side. As you square your hips, this makes the press shape and you move that forward. And then you separate, right over left, sit back, relaxing the shoulders and the elbows, and then forward with a push. So that's our grasping the sparrow's tail left, because we also do it to the right. Okay, so just going through those details again. There's your starting position, right palm up, left palm down. Again, one hand in front of the other. As you can see, you're not doing this type of thing here. And then we lower into the right leg. The right hand comes on out. As we're squaring the hips, we make the press shape, and then we move that forward. And then we separate, right over left, sit back, relaxing the shoulders and the elbows, and then forward with the push. Okay, now if we're doing that then, the way we do it in form then, doing the both of them. So we're starting with grasping the sparrow's tail left, ward off. So there's the hand coming up and turning, as the other one turns the face down. And then sitting back into the right leg, the right hand comes on out, and we make this press shape and we move it forward. And then we separate, sit back, relaxing the shoulders and the elbows, and then forward with the push. Okay, now in short form we're going to repeat that to the other side. So as we turn, we go into this hand-toed position. So by the time I'm in the right leg, I'm like this, the root down here. And then as I sit back to go into the empty stance, with the hips diagonal, I hold the ball, left hand up. So left hand sternum, right hand below the navel. And then here, I'm stepping in and out diagonally. And as I come forward then, I'm back into that ward-off position. I'm going to square the hips, the rear foot comes round diagonal. So same thing on this side, only this time the left hand up, palm up, the right one, palm down. And as we sit back, we lower the hands. The left hand comes out, and we make the press shape, and then move that forward. And finally, sit back, separating left over right, relax the shoulders and the elbows, and then forward with the push. Okay, so that's the grasping the sparrow's tail, left and right. Just try, stick with the sections. There's everything, as explained before, same in long form, everything's a posture, okay? So for example, if we just do that second one, where the right hand's in front, you know, you would consider this as a posture. You'd consider this as a posture. You'd consider this as a posture, still sitting back, and then that's the finished. You know, and when you're that's the finish of press. So when you're comfortable enough with it, then after the separation, sit back, come forward, then just do a wee bit of repetition work, okay, and try and get the flow into it. So it's like one move into another. And don't forget to smile now and again, and breathe. Bye.